What's going on, everybody? I'm Dan Corrigan. We're here at the new Victorville Skatepark. Personally, it is my favorite skate park I've skated in a very long time. It has a little bit of everything. It actually has a lot of everything. So let's just go explore around and see what it actually has. So right here we're at the more hucky section of the skate park. It actually has a set of stairs and a handrail. The stairs is about 6 stairs tall and 8 stairs long. It also has a hubba that is slightly slanted on this side, so it's a little bit easier to grind down and a little bit lower to grind up and across, but you could skate it just like a hubba as well. So right here we have, I don't even know, like a 22-foot long square flat bar that you can have. You can either skate it bumping to it, or you could pop up on the manual pad, and it's plenty long to get set up to do a grind trick off the end of it. Or if you're real buck, you could just try to grind across the whole thing from flat. It's the perfect height ledge. Obviously it has my favorite quality of your guys' stuff, the wally option, or the slappy option I should say, where you make the base of the ledge just thick enough to where you can actually get up into a slappy onto it. And then you have the square flat bar, which these are two of the 3 square rails that you have in the park. One of the great things about Spohn Ranch is they always have the round and the square. That's one of my favorite qualities of what you guys do. But yeah, so we have the square rail, basic height, basic length, nothing too crazy about it, just nailing all the basics really. And then you have this bank to steeper bank ledge. I guess you could call it a wally ledge, or sort of built for slappies. But the ledge on top isn't completely vert. It's slightly slanted, so it makes it a little bit easier to get on the coping. And the coping sticks out just enough to like really lock you in a lot easier. So this thing's a ton of fun. Right here we have what I think all skate parks need to have, and if it doesn't, it's missing one of the most important features, and that's a hip. What's good about this hip though is it's slightly less than 90 degrees, so it's a little bit easier to clear like the line side of it. I feel like you can blast way further, and one of the issues with hips that I've had at a lot of skate parks is that you can't really gap out too far because the hip just ends. This one you can go 30 feet that way, you can go 15 feet that way. And it also has this hubba, which is a mirror of the hubba next to the stairs. So it's similar size, similar shape, but this one you can skate front side if you're regular, back side if you're goofy. So you have a little bit of both worlds. So here we have most likely the most skated thing that's gonna be in the park. This super, super playful, like mid shin high, and I am a very short person, down rail, where it's basically a flat bar that is gonna grind for you because gravity's just gonna take you right on down it. And then we have this like great wall of China length China wall that literally spans this entire section of the skate park. Of course, the A-frame is equipped with the classic A-frame rail, but something a little bit more unique about this rail is on the other side, instead of it being like a straight drop or a pyramid, it's sort of a bubble hip, which kind of gives a unique feeling of when you do a transfer trick over the rail into it, or you can actually bump out of the bubble to down the rail, so sort of like a hip feeling to the A-frame, which I haven't seen at a skate park before, so I'm pretty excited about that. And of course, you gotta have the classic quarter pipe hip. This one's pretty mellow. As you can see, it transfers out of the China wall into a quarter pipe. And even though it is a quarter pipe, it has a little bit more of a mellow vibe to it. So a great spot to learn how to do like airs and stuff like that. In my opinion, the most unique feature of this entire skate park is whatever you would call this thing. We have a quarter pipe corner that has almost like a casted shadow of it, a China bank version of the same thing. So you have the option to bump out of it to grind around the corner. You could grind around the corner and roll in. You could slash this side and see how it kind of like blends into the transition. You can actually like kind of Steve Olsen double carve up and frontside grind, carve and frontside grind again. I mean, this thing has so many options, I can't even look at it anymore. One of the most intense features of the whole park, this gigantic bowl that has a square side into a hip and an anti-hip, and then the deep end is oval, so you get a little bit of everything. Straight walls, curved walls, and pool coping, which, I mean, you gotta have pool coping in a bowl, right? That also leads to the spectator spot, which of course that's skatable too. It's this triple decker ledge that has coping all the way on it. You can sit on it like they're doing, or you can grind it if you want, which I imagine the bottom step's gonna get waxed up in no time. You know, that's not even honestly all of the skate park, but I feel like we don't have enough time to talk about each individual obstacle. I didn't mention the Euro gap or the bump to ledge, but you're gonna have to just come here and find all the nooks and crannies yourself. It's pretty much limitless. So that's going to be it for the tour of this Victorville Skatepark, the brand new park by Spohn Ranch. I cannot stress this enough. This park has some of the best flow I've ever had. Quarter pipes everywhere, stuff to get speed off of every single corner. I came nowhere near skating all the obstacles that they have to offer. There is stuff, you know, out of the bumps and up the hubbas, and it would have taken all day to even film half of it. So if you want to come skate this park, it opens October 16th. I recommend getting here early because this park is for sure going to be one of the hot, crowded parks. So yeah, come here and enjoy another home run by Spohn Ranch.
Woo-hoo-hoo!